is News 3 Now at 6.
And thanks for joining us. The governor has announced a $1 billion effort to combat coronavirus. Our Amy Reed live at the state capitol to break down today's announcement. Amy?
This money, which came from the Federal CARES Act, is being split into multi-million-dollar chunks. Much of that will go to local and tribal public health departments and hospitals to help respond to this pandemic. More than half of the $1.9 billion the federal government approved for the state is going toward a new effort Governor Tony Evers announced Tuesday. The plan allocates millions each for testing, contact tracing, and personal protective equipment across the state. Securing and directing aid is the focus of the administration's statewide efforts since Republican lawmakers pushed back on his attempt to get a statewide rule in place. Yesterday, he said they've stopped trying. Today, he refocused on this effort, saying, quote, regardless of the political overtones of the past week, we still know what we need to do to box in this virus and help keep people safe. Continuing, Wisconsin's safer at home order may have ended, but our all-out war on this virus has not. The $1.1 billion is broken down over the different fronts. $260 million will go to testing efforts, including $202 million to send kits to Wisconsin hospitals, clinics, nursing homes, and public health departments, so everyone who needs a test gets one. $75 million will go to contact tracing, the majority available to local and tribal public health departments to hire extra staff. $150 million goes to PPE, $40 million to ventilators, $200 million to state agencies, and $445 million to ensure Wisconsin hospital systems and communities are prepared to handle any surge in cases over the summer and fall. With this and the $75 million announced for small businesses yesterday, there's still about $600 million that Governor Evers still has to allocate. Now, agriculture groups have asked for some of that to help their industries, but nothing formal for agriculture has yet been announced.
Amy Reed live at the state capitol. Amy, thank you. And today, Wisconsin health officials are confirming 8 new deaths related to COVID-19. There are more than 12,900 confirmed cases in Wisconsin now. Although the state Supreme Court struck down the governor's safer at home order last week, state health officials are still tracking the gating criteria outlined by his Badger bounce back plan. We are not reaching the benchmark for a 14-day decrease in the percentage of all tests that are positive. Today, 5% of new coronavirus tests came back positive. That's about 2 percentage points higher than yesterday. Another criteria we are not meeting is the downward trend in COVID-19 cases among our healthcare workers, but you can see that we are meeting the other 4 gating criteria. Dane County has its own set of metrics as part of the Dane Forward plan. We are meeting 5 of those 9 criteria. One of those not being met is the number of tests being conducted per day. And today, Rock County announced it will be open for business starting Thursday. This comes with a number of limitations and guidelines. Our Rock County reporter Adam Duxter joins us now with the very latest. Adam?
Well, Eric, 8 a.m. Thursday, to be exact, is when the in-person restrictions will be lifted from gyms, bars, churches, and more, as the county enters into what it's calling phase 1 of its rebound plan. State Street in downtown Beloit now less than 2 days from opening up, as the county debuted its guidelines for opening up today.
We know we cannot live under orders forever, and that soon we're going to have to begin to trust each other to make the right decisions on physical distancing and other measures to keep us all safe.
The county's rebound plan incorporates nearly a dozen factors, like increased testing in available facilities and hospitals. And under the first phase, many of these businesses can operate at 1/4 capacity. But so far, Beloit has proven to be a COVID hotspot.
The city of Beloit represents 22% of Rock County's population. However, the confirmed cases as of Friday, 65% of the confirmed cases in the county were in the Beloit area.
And Beloit city leaders were developing their own plan prior to the county's. Now they say they'll need time to compare the two before moving forward. And while health officials say Beloit's numbers could be inflated because of a handful of large outbreaks, they say there's still a chance of a second wave throughout the county.
It hasn't gone away. It isn't less contagious or lethal. There's no vaccine and there's treatment. And if things go south, if we see spikes, we may have to change our guidance or implement new orders.
Now, as mentioned, there's about a dozen criteria that county leaders are going to be keeping their eyes on in the coming weeks. For a full list of that criteria, as well as what's going to be open and in what capacity coming Thursday, you can visit our website, channel3000.com.
Adam Duxter live in Rock County. Adam, thank you. And Sauk County public health officials say they are taking a three-pronged approach to reopening businesses there while avoiding a large increase in COVID-19 cases and deaths. They mention individual responsibility, including maintaining a physical distance from others, avoiding groups of 10 or more, and getting tested if you're experiencing any symptoms. Second, businesses and organizational accountability, asking all businesses to implement safety guidelines from WEDC and Sauk County Public Health before opening their doors. And finally, public health mitigation. Health officials will investigate any new cases and outbreaks quickly. New at 6, a Meritor COVID-19 patient is healthy and is being released from the hospital after being treated with the recently approved antiviral drug remdesivir. This is Glenn Kinchy of Columbus, one of the first patients in the Madison hospitals to be discharged after remdesivir treatment. This picture shows Glenn with his care team, one of more than 40 other patients who have recovered from the coronavirus at Meritor. DHS says many of us may need to get multiple COVID-19 tests as the pandemic continues to make sure we're not missing any pockets of COVID-19 across the state. Our Amanda Quintana is here with more on the efforts by DHS and the Wisconsin National Guard to continue mobile testing across the state. Amanda.
Yeah, Eric, although the gating criteria shows we are moving in the right direction, DHS officials say if we don't keep socially distancing and increasing testing and contact tracing, we will likely see another surge in cases. In today's press conference with DHS and the National Guard, they said the Alliant Energy Center testing site will stay open for the foreseeable future. In the last 24 hours, they tested 699 people there, showing a steady flow of demand. They say these mobile testing sites will continue until there's a vaccine.
This is the critical piece about this virus is while we all stayed home, we didn't become immune to the virus, and the virus didn't become any less lethal. So this is why this strategy of extensive testing and contact tracing is so important as we open up.
Willems Van Dyke says they're also keeping a close eye on hospitalizations, saying when our hospitals start to fill up with COVID-19 patients, we're already 3 to 5 weeks behind, and it's too late to take mitigation efforts. The National Guard has also split up some of their teams into 3 smaller squads ready to test long-term care facilities and nursing homes.
Amanda, thank you. The city of Madison is investing an additional $35,000 each in the Madison Black Chamber of Commerce and the Latino Chamber of Commerce. Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway writes in a statement, quote, "Our communities of color have disproportionately felt the economic impacts of COVID-19, and businesses owned by people of color here are struggling. The Black and Latino chambers help businesses get started and grow, offering technical resources and connections to financial resources." The mayor writes these organizations are dealing with increased call volumes, and the city wants to ensure they can continue offering support services to help businesses survive the pandemic. The Madison Common Council is talking about an order tonight that would allow those experiencing homelessness to camp in city parks during the pandemic.
They don't have a home, they don't have a place to go, and they're fearful of going into shelters where there are a lot of other people, and this gives them a sense of security, I would think.
That's Alder Donna Moreland, who is one of the people behind the effort. She said the city would provide wash stations, and it would likely be temporary depending on how it goes. In order to be successful, she said people would still have to socially distance in parks. Wisconsin elections officials are working on a number of changes to the absentee voting process as they prepare for an overwhelming number of mail-in ballots for November. At a meeting tomorrow, the Elections Commission is set to consider a new staff report that projects nearly 2/3 of ballots cast in the presidential election will come through the mail as voters avoid the polls due to the pandemic. The report also said the commission is also working to install tracking technology on mail ballots and is considering mailing ballot application forms to all voters. At least 7 Wisconsin Senate incumbents will not be returning next year. One of its most conservative members, Senator Dave Craig of Waukesha County, announced today he will not seek re-election. Craig, the second Republican after Senator Luther Olson of Ripon, to announce their retirements. Republicans in the Senate hold a 19-14 majority. Still gloomy out today, but sunshine set to return tomorrow. Your first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary.
Eric, it's about time, and we'll have to wait a few more hours with clouds before they start breaking up later on tonight. You can see a visible cloud track. The northern part of the state has sunshine, but here in southern Wisconsin, the clouds have still been winning out. Low pressure system responsible for the clouds. Still close enough to us to keep the clouds in here, but it's starting to move away. Not much in the way of precipitation other than a few sprinkles around the Milwaukee area. So things are pretty quiet around here. Temperatures are generally in the upper 50s to the low lower 60s over southern Wisconsin away from Lake Michigan, but notice to the northwest. La Crosse at 64, Black River Falls at 70 degrees. They've had some sunshine up there, so the farther north and west you go, the warmer it gets. Temperatures will drop down to around 50 degrees by early tomorrow morning. There could be some patchy fog. The skies turn partly cloudy overnight, but look for skies to be sunny for tomorrow. Our high temperature back up at 70 degrees. Looks like a warming trend will continue into the weekend before we see some thunderstorms over the Memorial Day weekend. Of the details and weather in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Police in Beloit say they are searching for a suspect in a shooting that happened over the weekend. Police say they believe 25-year-old Isaiah Evans is responsible for shooting a man near the intersection of Dewey and Keeler Avenues. Evans, who was already wanted for an active probation warrant, now faces attempted homicide charges. Police say they need the community's help in finding him.
The more eyes that we can get out there and the more we can collaborate with the citizens of Beloit, the quicker that we can take Mr. Evans into custody, and the safer that we can continue to make Beloit.
Evans considered to be armed and dangerous. If you have any information regarding the shooting or any crimes, please contact Greater Beloit Area Crime Stoppers. That number on your screen, 608-362-7463. Just ahead at 6, Madison College selected for an expanded Pell grant program. We'll tell you what it means. And record low travel numbers are expected for the upcoming Memorial Day weekend. We'll have more on that story just ahead. Stay with us.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Yeah, I'm a professional remodeler, and I go to Nuns. Why? Well, my clients love them because they have all those snazzy-looking countertops. You know, like beautiful marble countertops, stunning quartz slabs, you name it. To be honest, I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, who needs all that glitz and glamour from a counter? But my clients love those snazzy-looking countertops, so we go to Nuns.
Nuns, kitchen, bath, and flooring.
It's deer season at the Power Centers of Madison. John Deere compact utility tractors have the power and versatility to tackle the biggest jobs on your list. Multiple attachments are available, extremely easy to operate, control, and finesse. Make home and garden work fun with John Deere mowers. Mow, mulch, and haul your way to a beautiful yard. Get your John Deere now at the Power Centers of Madison.
I want to have $1 million when I retire.
Oh, great goal.
So where do I start?
Well, first you set up automatic transfers into savings. That can add up pretty quickly.
For me, working on putting $1,000 into an emergency fund got me in a good saving habit.
Already on it.
Then put together a plan to get rid of debt and maximize your investments. You know, Summit helped me do.
Oh, that's great. I love how Summit gives people the knowledge and confidence to go after their goals. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
Organizers of the world's largest Brat Fest will soon launch a virtual brat sale after the annual Memorial Day weekend event was canceled. 100% of brat sales will go to 120 local charities that Brat Fest normally supports. And there's a $30,000 matching donation by local sponsors as well. You can stop by local Metcalf stores to buy brats for $3 each at a 5 brat minimum, or you can make a donation. The fundraiser starts Friday. Memorial Day may see record low travel due to COVID-19 concerns. And for the first time in 20 years, AAA will not even issue a Memorial Day travel forecast. Josh Sprider explains why.
If you are looking into a staycation this weekend, you are not alone. An overwhelming majority of Americans will be trading in the Memorial Day trip to the cabin and dip in the lake for a backyard barbecue and a splash in the pool. The latest Harris poll finds 95% of Americans say they will not travel over the 3-day Memorial Day weekend, which is often viewed as the unofficial kickoff to the summer travel season. Now, that goes hand in hand with predictions from AAA, which shows travel volume this year could plunge to a record low. And with COVID-19 in play, they've decided to skip predictions because of the uncertainty. Last year, 43 million people traveled over the Memorial Day weekend, which was the second highest level for the late May holiday since AAA started making travel projections. Memorial Day 2009 set the record for the lowest travel volume at nearly 31 million travelers. That, of course, came right after the Great Recession of 2008, but travel experts say that mark could easily be smashed this year. Our nation's top health leaders continue to recommend that Americans stay home and avoid non-essential travel. Josh Spreiter, News 3 Now.
AAA expects to resume making travel projections for late summer and fall as restrictions are eased and businesses reopen. The organization says online bookings for later this summer have been rising since mid-April, suggesting travelers' confidence is slowly increasing. Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go is underway right now. More than 40 local restaurants are coming together for carry-out and delivery specials now through May 30th. We have a photo gallery of a few of the meal options. You can see them at channel3000.com and check out the full menus as well at madisonmagazine.com. Madison College is among a new group of schools included in the U.S. Department of Education's expansion of need-based Pell grants to inmates in state and federal prisons. 130 colleges in 42 states and the District of Columbia are now included in the Second Chance Pell initiative. Leaders at Madison College say the foundation of their work is to support students who may not have thought education was even possible for them.
So it provides that opportunity and that access that as they acclimate back into society, that they'll have the necessary school tools and education specifically to allow them to integrate as they're back into society to be able to provide for their families.
Studies show providing access to post-secondary education in prison means inmates are far less likely to end up back behind bars and are better equipped to play productive and positive roles within their communities. A quick programming note for those of you watching the CBS Evening News tonight. You may have noticed it looked a little different. CBS Evening News shared with us that they had some severe technical issues and instead streamed their 24-hour network. They hope to have that issue fixed soon, and we'll be right back with Gary's forecast.
In these uncertain times, it has never been more important to maintain a clean home or business. We are prepared to get your space back to clean and healthy again. We've added a new EPA-registered cleaner that disinfects hard surfaces and deep cleans carpet, rugs, and upholstery. Remember, we disinfect our equipment after every job and disinfect our vehicles daily. We believe in doing things the right way. That's why we've been your trusted partner in clean for over 70 years.
Pull into your driveway in style, relax by the pool in luxury, and give your front porch the facelift it needs with TSR Concrete Coatings, Wisconsin's premier concrete coatings contractor. Get beautiful concrete coatings installed in as little as 1 day, customizable and easy to clean. See the before and now the after. Our coatings are 4 times stronger than regular epoxy. They won't chip, crack, or peel. They're impact resistant and UV stable. Now check out these savings. Save 15% on your concrete coating project. Ask about 12 months, same as cash. TSR Nation is growing by the day with satisfied customers throughout Wisconsin, and we want you to be a part of it. As a special bonus, call during this program and receive a free TSR swag pack with your concrete coating project. Call 1-800-886-8411. That's 1-800-886-8411.
Shop the largest selection of quality furniture and mattresses from the comfort of your home on steinhoffels.com. Right now, Steinhoffels will ship your purchase free to your curb, driveway, or garage. Start shopping right now with a name you can trust. Steinhoffels.com.
Hi folks, Wednesday morning, Hattie has sunny skies and the chance of temperatures in the 70s in our first warn forecast.
And local grocery stores say they're seeing some new trends develop when it comes to what people are buying during the pandemic.
See you starting at 4:30.
Well, another day of cloudy skies across southern Wisconsin. What else is new? Held temperatures down, but at least we didn't have much in the way of shower activity. This is the live view from the WIC Skycam showing the gray skies, but you can see other than a few sprinkles into the Milwaukee area, and even those have dissipated, things are pretty quiet. The air is starting to dry out, and so that will start to erode away the clouds. Three things you need to know in the forecast. Skies become partly cloudy overnight, maybe some patchy fog, but with sunny skies for tomorrow, and then partly sunny skies Thursday and Friday. High temperatures will be around 70 tomorrow. Low 70s on Thursday, and then mid 70s on Friday. But as we head into the weekend, we'll see warm conditions with high temperatures right around 80, give or take a degree or two either way. But we'll also see more humidity, and that could lead to some thunderstorm chances. Over the next 10 days, our high temperatures back to normal tomorrow, and then above normal as we head through the weekend and into most of next week. So we go from late winter, early spring to early summer, it just seems like. And the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center showing above normal temperatures pretty much for the entire country other than Texas. And you can see the highest probabilities basically from Madison westward to the west coast. Precipitation expected to be above normal to our east. In the short term, we'll see above normal precipitation in the 6 to 10-day outlook because of showers and thunderstorms through the weekend and then into the latter part of next week. But then it looks like we may actually dry out again for a longer period of time as we head toward the following weekend. Right now, you can tell where the clouds are just by looking at the temperatures. 49 Milwaukee, 59 Madison. Eau Claire, 69 degrees. Rhinelander almost at 70. Temperatures in the 70s across northern Minnesota and the eastern Dakotas. That's where the sun is shining. The weather system that's been stuck over us starting to move off to the east as the remnants of what was once Tropical Storm Arthur now move out in the Atlantic Ocean, allowing the weather systems to start moving across the country. And to our west, the upper level winds become more southwesterly, so that should start warming us up. As we look at the current weather map, you can see there's still that area of low pressure that was in northern Illinois yesterday. It's drifted to the south. As it starts to move away, that will start to break up the clouds basically from north to south tonight. So by tomorrow, we should be back to sunshine across just about our entire viewing area. And our warmer air is actually coming in from the north. International Falls right now, 77 degrees. They were close to 80 this afternoon while we were hovering around 60 here in Madison. So sometimes you have to look to the north to get those warmer conditions. And you can see that on Future Track as the clouds start to break up tonight. We'll see the sunshine return for tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies for later on tomorrow night and partly sunny skies on Thursday. High temperatures should gradually warm through the 70s over the next few days. So for tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, a little milder, high temperature at 70 degrees, and the 7 to 10-day forecast brings those temperatures slowly up to around 80 degrees by the weekend. We'll see some chances of showers and thunderstorms Saturday, a little better chance for Sunday and Memorial Day Monday, and some off and on chances in the next week, but those temperatures stay in the mid-70s to around 80.
And coming up in sports, the Badgers are back in the rankings, where Wisconsin sits in the latest preseason top 25 poll. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Save at Wild Easttown Honda on over 400 new Hondas with 0% financing for up to 72 months. Save with 0% financing on your favorite new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
When the doctor said Mama wasn't going to get better, we were shocked. We're not ready. How will we get through this?
A Grace will help with kind caregivers who help you handle the tough moments ahead.
This week, you're going to get more at the Brothers Made Memorial Day Super Sale. Get in now with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. Right now, improving your home is more convenient at Maine with up to 18-month 0% financing. And we make getting more easy with expert delivery free and our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee. The Memorial Day Super Sale for more selection, more savings, and more satisfaction. It all ends Monday at the Brothers Made, your local store for more since 1938.
To our Pick and Save associates, for the long hours and late nights, for the miles traveled and the shelves restocked, for making a difference in our customers' lives, for doing so much more than your job. Everyone at the Kroger family of brands and our customers say thank you. In a time when daily life feels a bit uncertain, your hard work is keeping America fed. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
We can't offer much during this time of crisis, but we can offer what we have. So from all of us working early mornings on the farm, long days in the plant, or late nights stocking shelves, doing all we can to get you the milk you need. We hope it makes your breakfast a little brighter, your snacks more nutritious, and reminds you when it comes to caring, there is no expiration date. Milk. Love what's real.
Right now at Wild East Town Honda, sign and drive a new all-wheel drive CRV for $299. That's $299 with zero down, zero first payment, and zero due at start at Wild East Town Honda in Madison.
A local nonprofit helped them become homeowners, but the COVID-19 crisis is making it tougher to keep up.
We're concerned about our finances. Where's everything going?
News 3 Now's Chris Stanford explores the challenges facing nonprofits and the people they serve. Thursday at 6.
As the NFL season approaches, accountability is an all-time high for coaches and players who put in the work when nobody's watching. The answer to that is probably more important this offseason than any other. With rookie minicamps canceled, OTAs and training camps up in the air, guys have to do everything basically on their own. And Packers QB Aaron Rodgers knows the self-motivators will stand out once football returns.
That great accountability where guys now have the opportunity, what are you doing during your off time? We all have a lot more off time now because we don't have the schedule constraints that we would in a normal life situation. So guys have more time to study, more time to work on themselves. But I think that's the beauty in this time. It really separates the guys who are the self-motivated self-starters and the guys who maybe need a little bit more direction.
Today's the day that the NFL is allowing teams to partially open up their facilities, but the Packers will keep theirs closed. Green Bay issued a statement saying the organization will continue our preparations for that effort, guided by information from medical and public health officials at the state, federal, and local levels, along with the NFL. The Ravens, Vikings, Titans, Buccaneers, Browns, Panthers, and Eagles are also not opening today. Former Badger Nick Nelson is looking for a new home in the NFL, and there's the statement that I just read. The defensive back was waived by the Raiders after the franchise signed Prince Amukamara. In his 1 year at Wisconsin, Nelson led the nation with 21 pass breakups and returned a punt for a touchdown. Athlon Sports already looking ahead to college football, and today they released their top 25. As expected, the Badgers made the cut. Wisconsin sits 12th in the poll and is the third highest ranked Big Ten team behind only Penn State and Ohio State. Yesterday, the Sporting News ranked the Badgers 16th in their preseason top 25. And former Bigfoot volleyball standout Mackenzie Long has been added to Kelly Sheffield's staff as a volunteer assistant coach. She joins the Badgers after spending 2 years as an assistant at Missouri S&T. Long played college volleyball at St. Louis, where she was a 4-year starter. So good to see someone from Wisconsin coming back.
And joining a very good staff as well.
They're okay.
Yeah, they're good. Zach, thank you. And Gary, final check of the forecast.
Well, we've got cloudy skies. That's keeping temperatures down right now, 59 in Madison. But notice in the north and west, it's warmer. That's where the sun is shining. For tomorrow, sunshine should return. High temperature gets up to around 70. And the extended forecast calls for highs near 80 for the weekend. Look for some thunderstorm chances, especially Sunday, Memorial Day. The temperature should remain warm into the middle of next week.
I like those warm temps. Gary, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6. We'll be back here tonight for News 3 Now at 10. Have a good evening.